In this video, I'm going to share with you the absolute fastest way to be successful in your life and in your business, so make sure that you stay tuned. So most likely, if you've stumbled across this video, you're looking for a formula, a blueprint, a step-by-step, what can I do to be more successful faster? And I can tell you there are about 17 billion answers to that question. Everybody has their own success formula. However, there are some commonalities that I'm going to share with you in this video that will accelerate your business success. So if you don't know me, my name is John Whiting. I built and sold a 7-figure business in just under 18 months after struggling like heck for over 10 years in the entrepreneurship space. I went through a number of things that allowed me to get my best out that I'm going to share a little snippet of that with you on this video. So let's dive right in. First off, there are 0 shortcuts. Everybody has their own different formula, but there are a few commonalities. And straight from the book, Think and Grow Rich, which if you have not read this book yet, you need to read Think and Grow Rich as a very basic staple of success in business, finances, and life. And the first point is provide a lot of value. You get paid in direct proportion to the value that you add to the marketplace. What does that mean? Create a helpful product or service, or be helpful as a product or service in and of yourself, i.e. an employee. You don't have to be necessarily an entrepreneur to be successful, but you do have to be valuable, and that is have skills. You need to have income producing skills if success to you means making an income or a large income or whatever that is for you, which leads me to my second point. You have to have success defined for yourself. Don't let the Instagram or YouTube gurus or even myself tell you what success is for you. It is different for everybody. And many people go throughout their lives feeling like failures because they're living by other people's values, which, by the way, if you have not watched my video on beating self-sabotage, you're going to want to watch that video, which is right here, because I'm going to walk you through in that video most likely why it feels like you're sabotaging yourself and you're not successful, when in reality, you're actually living by somebody else's goals that they have for you, not the goals that you have for yourself. You will not be successful or even fulfilled if you're living by somebody else's goals and values. You can achieve a lot of financial success and build a whole thing that somebody else wants you to build, and you'll feel unfulfilled. Why? Because it was not in alignment with who you truly are and what you truly want. Your personal definition of success for you is what is most important. So you need to get very, very clear on where you want to go. You need to get clear on your North Star. Just like a GPS will not give you turn-by-turn navigation instructions with your shortcuts to how to get to a destination without first actually defining what that destination is, all the way down to the exact address. And even if you don't have an exact address, if you put in the city of Los Angeles, most likely it's going to give you the actual latitude and longitude coordinates right smack dab in the middle of that city so that it can navigate to specific numbers on a latitude and longitude. Your GPS requires it to navigate, and so do you in your life and business. And when I say get specific, I mean painfully specific about everything that you want. It's very important that you design it. When I designed this backdrop right here, I literally had a Photoshop mock-up that I created that told the contractor exactly what it was going to look like. And I'm about to show you on the screen exactly what that mock-up looked like, and you can compare it against what is in the background here, and you'll see that they're almost indistinguishable. I got very clear on what I wanted to create. Only then was I able to manifest it. But honestly, it's not manifesting, it's planning. It's creating what's my end result? What is the end result going to look like? What does success look like for you? Only then can you shortcut it by creating what's the fastest way to get to that destination. That would be like me. I live in Sarasota, Florida. If I wanted to go to Fiji, all the way on the other side of the planet, and if I Googled a thing that said, what's the shortcut to Fiji? The fastest possible way to get to Fiji is to drive to the nearest airport and get on a direct flight. But if there are no direct flights, I either need to buy a private plane that can fly all the way around the world, which is going to be very expensive, or I'm going to let the travel software tell me what connecting flights will ultimately get me to Fiji. But it's not just enough to get to Fiji. Where am I going to stay there? I have to define that. And then can I afford it? Is it within my budget? All of those clarity questions that you answer when you're booking a trip or even just driving to the gym or the gas station is the same amount of clarity that you need to define what you want in your life and create your end result so that you can plan, how do I get to that end result? Which leads me to my final point. You need to plan and project. There's one thing to be able to want a certain car or a certain house or a certain business. There's another thing to actually do the numbers on it and actually do the shopping on it. When I say do the shopping, we go every single Sunday to open houses of $5+ million houses in the area to see what we might want. And then we need to do the numbers to reverse engineer what kind of income do I need to be able to actually comfortably afford that house? What kind of a down payment is needed? What are the ongoing maintenance costs? Price it out. Many people just have dreams where they slap stuff on a vision board and hope that it just falls in their lap. You not only need to understand that there are no shortcuts, you need to have a very clear definition of what you want, but you need to have a very clear plan. It's not enough just to want it. So you need to have a plan to get there. Do the numbers on the things that you want to buy. Open up a Google Sheet, open up an Excel spreadsheet, get on the back of a napkin with a crayon. I don't care how you do it. Ultimately, you need to do the numbers though. If you want a relationship of your dreams, write out what does that look like. And I know that's a bit of hyperbole, but the reason why people who write their goals achieve them is because it's easier to come up with a plan to achieve something that's written down rather than something that's in this esoteric, I'm not sure mind space. And my fourth and bonus point is as soon as you define what success is for you, there's going to be a whole bunch of fears and doubts that come up and tell you you cannot do that. And everything that I do for a living is getting rid of those fears and doubts so that you are no longer looking through a fear and doubt lens, which is untrue, by the way. And if you want a complete 1-hour masterclass on my 8 secrets to get rid of fear, doubt, and frustration and become a bulletproof entrepreneur, just click the link below. It's absolutely 100% free. It will walk you through step by step the anatomy of why those fears and doubts come up and how to get rid of them permanently. So ultimately, your personal success formula is going to be very, very custom. If you buy into, hey, just follow my 2-step blueprint to becoming a billionaire overnight, you will be sorely disappointed over and over and over. You're going to feel like you got scammed and you're going to feel like it's their fault. It's a very disempowered place to come from. I want you to be causative over it and understand that everything along the way are learnings. You get a learning from your wins, you can get a learning from your losses, and all of them are essentially road stops on your way to getting to the success that you want for yourself. But you won't know if you're making progress if you have not defined it and make it a measurable progress towards that destination. So I don't care who you study, everybody has understood that their situation is going to be unique to them. They've gotten clear on what they want, they've developed a plan, and they've gotten rid of or overcome the fears and doubts to take the action to execute on the plan. That is the shortcut to success. How that fits in for you personally is going to be your own knowingness that's going to tell you, this works for me. That doesn't work for me. Good. That is how you become empowered and you begin to have your own success formula that's custom to you. The only success formula that will work for you is yours. There are, however, the commonalities that I've shared with you today that if you violate any of those, which, by the way, final little bonus one, if you blindly apply someone else's success formula without checking it against your own knowingness, if you just find yourself blindly doing, well, the mentor said that to do this, so I'm just going to do it and blindly do it even though it doesn't make sense to me, don't do that. You will fail doing that. I promise you. If you bought into a how-to program or even watching any of the stuff that I put out or anybody else puts out on YouTube or anywhere else, you just blindly apply it, that is an incredibly risky behavior. It's the entire sole reason why my first 10 years of entrepreneurship, I fell flat on my face, is because I suspended my own knowingness and said, well, I guess they know better than me. If they always know better than you, which, yeah, they might have the results, but that doesn't mean you at your core are smart, you have intuition, you have discernment. If you suppress that, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're smart. I promise you. Put everything that you learn, including this video, through your filter. If it's true for you and it works for you, use it. Just because Joe Guru said it worked for him doesn't mean it's going to work for you. It could, but it also might not. So you need to be able to discern between things that will work and things that will not, and they are all custom to you. So trust your own judgment, trust your own knowingness, and if you have fears and doubts, go to our masterclass in the link in this description, and I'll walk you through exactly where all that stuff comes from and how to get rid of it. And of course, if you like this video, click the like button. Let me know in the comments what your biggest takeaway was and what some of your successful actions are for you in your business and your life. I would love to hear from you. And if you have not yet subscribed, I put at least 3 videos out like this every single week on this channel, and plan on doing so for a long time to come to make sure that I can serve you at the highest level possible. So make sure that you subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.